Hi, and welcome to the Zionist Crossroads, Summit Zioni with Raz Tel-Chai, talking to you from Jerusalem, the eternal capital of the Jewish nation. Join me for a few minutes of Zionist thought, inspiration, and action plans. Once again, we are bombarded by the headlines of Muslim outrage, threats of a renewed jihad and violence from the so-called religion of peace. Does this surprise you? Well, not me. What does surprise me is the continued attempts to mollify the Muslim world. How does one negotiate with an enemy whose premise is you must submit or die? We talk of dealing with moderate Muslim nations. What does this mean? Is a moderate Muslim someone who is willing to wait for the Muslim-dominated world to come about? Or is it, as I read somewhere, one who has run out of ammunition? Where is the Muslim outrage at the attempted destruction of Western civilization, one that is truly capable of helping humanity and the world, but squanders much of its human and financial resources combating the culture of death the Muslim world has demonstrated it embraces? I ask you, when is enough enough? When will the world wake up and realize that we are in a world war, a religious world war? The Muslims have declared it, and we choose to ignore them. I am Muslim, hear me roar, and don't you dare call my religion one of violence, or I will kill you. The Muslim claim of being a peaceful and tolerant do not hold up to historical events. Worldwide, you tell us in no uncertain terms, you want us dead. You Christian, you Buddhist, you Jew, you infidel. We see you dance and rejoice on the streets at the murder of those who do not believe as you do. The free world sees you act in a manner that is reminiscent of the Dark Ages, with your public beheadings, your dismissiveness, and destruction of others' religious sensibilities. We see you populate other cultures and demand that your 14th century laws be recognized and dominate. When given your freedom to choose, you vote for violent, hateful regimes. Then, instead of living with the consequences of your actions, you insist that the world accept your democratic right to vote for the murderers who demand the destruction of the Jewish nation and Western culture, manipulating the very freedoms you do not even grant to your own. As modern culture progresses, you, the Muslim world, have been invited to join us, to move on from the mistakes of the past, to truly live in a world of peace and enlightenment, and be all that you can while contributing to the betterment of all, yet you continue to immerse yourselves in oppression and disparaging tendencies. The never-ending Muslim attempt to rewrite history and build this image of the perpetually oppressed. Well, you may be, but stop blaming the rest of the world for your continued lack of true freedoms or of any real positive contributions to society at large. Where is your outrage and your intifadas against those who are truly responsible for the situation in which you find yourselves, against your leadership, who will continue to keep you in a state of ignorance and poverty as they continue to enrich themselves at your expense? And where is the power of the free world? We must demand our leaders confront this evil. It does not need to be spoken with or understood. It needs to be defeated, as Nazism and Imperial Japan were defeated. We are not going to change these people's minds. Our leaders must stop caving into the hypersensitivities of the Muslim world. They certainly do not care about ours. Here in Israel, we must stop trying to show the world how tolerant we are by allowing the enemy to grow from within. Jews forced to leave their homes in Gaza, and talk of removing Jews from Judea and Samaria as well. And the world says nothing. Yet to speak of the relocation of Muslims who have proven in word and deed over the last 100 years their desire to destroy the Jewish state, and we are accused of ethnic cleansing, of being racists and fanatics. We must reclaim our land and our moral high ground. Israel needs leaders who declare to the world that Israel is the Jewish homeland. We made our compromise, allowing the Muslims east of the Jordan River. Jerusalem is the Jewish capital, and we will not compromise more. We will not allow you to destroy the Jewish state, not by war, nor by manipulation of history, the media, or politics. My friends, we must defeat this enemy. Democracy and freedom are not suicide pacts. Appeasement, liberalism, and political correctness will get you one thing: dead. Join me again next Thursday for more of the Zionist Crossroads. We will speak about Jewish Democrats and what are they thinking about. Comments can be made at Raz Tel-Chai at netscape.net, RazTelchai at netscape.net. This is Raz Tel-Chai for Israeli National News at Arutz Sheva, wishing you a very happy New Year.